Hello everybody! It is so exciting. I road tripped down here with my family and we got into Georgia last night, stayed at a different hotel, and today we got into Amicalola Falls and we're staying at the lodge, which is really nice. This is the view I get to see. And here's my bed with my pack. Yeah, so it's super sweet. Very nice weather outside, and we hiked up the falls, up the stairs. I checked out the arch. I'm not starting today, so I'll be hanging out over there tomorrow. I'm so excited for tomorrow, and I will film more then. So see you later. So I left Amicalola Lodge this morning. I had a really great breakfast with mostly scrambled eggs, and my mom and I and her girlfriend all got together. We went to town for a brief tiny bit, came back and I signed the sheets, I weighed my pack, and I took a photo of the arch. I did not hike the stairs. I mean, did that yesterday without a pack. It was intense. I met up with one trail access point, and I am now on the approach trail. I had a goodbye with my family and it was sweet, and I didn't cry. I'm really surprised I didn't cry because I've never done anything like this before, and it was really special being able to see them and have a send-off. I don't know how many miles in I'm at this moment, probably like at least 2. And it's hitting me like I am on my way to Maine. This is the path to Maine. Already, I just feel so happy walking the trail, and it feels so magical because geologically the land is so rich. It has quartz in it, and there's a lot of pyrite as well. So as I step, the dirt is just speckled with shiny, what looks like gems, like it's silver and gold. And it feels like I'm walking a golden paved road, even though actually it's just all rocks. But even right here, you can see lots of shine. Hello again. I'm about to go to my tent. I set that up. Everyone was very quiet, so I didn't want to interrupt with the video review of the day yet. I tried to go back to the plaque where the terminus is. I was hoping to get a sunset, but it's cloudy, and hopefully it'll get in there. I have so far, after camp, had my dinner, and I did a little watercolor painting, and I wrote in my journal, and I feel very happy, and I'm just so excited to be out here. And again, I can't believe I'm out here. The sunrise is literally happening right now. Wow. Alright. I've been up for actually a long time. It's only just 7 o'clock right now, but I've been up since 4 and it's been a blustery morning. I'm just going to use the privy. It's a beautiful sunrise behind me. Yeah, okay, I'm back on trail. I took down camp and ate some oatmeal this morning, and Now I'm on the trail again. I just saw my second white blaze. I stayed at the Springer Mountain shelter last night. I was going to go to the next one, but I just decided to do that one instead. I'm trying to decide if I want to do a shorter day of another like 8 miles, or if I want to maybe do 14 miles and get across this gap where there's just no water at all. One reason why I think it'd be good to do a longer day is just because it's supposed to be raining the rest of this week, and I don't really want to be in that. So the faster I walk, I know that means the quicker I'll get to mountain crossings, which is mile 30, and I'm only officially at like probably like mile 0.02 of the Appalachian Trail. Last night I for some reason had a huge migraine, and it wasn't water. I think it's a tension headache because the back of my neck really hurt, and I had to adjust my pack because I think possibly stuff is pressing up against my head as I hike. And here's another white blaze. But that's the Benton McKay Trail, but I'm going this way, Appalachian Trail. I'm so excited. Day 2. Alright, so I think I'm at mile probably about 6 for today, and I've got my first trail magic, which is so cool. There was a guy whose name was James, and you might hear the chainsaw in the background. He's cutting down some old trees that are dead because not tomorrow, but next weekend they're going to be doing a huge like trail magic day. So it was great. I got a little oatmeal cookie, and I wasn't expecting to get trail magic so soon. Alright, I'm at my stopping point for lunch, and I'm eating a bean burrito that I made with refried beans. It's not dehydrated, so it's a bit heavier, but because I really like beans and that's my protein, because I'm vegetarian, this works out. It's really good. And I'm sitting barefoot. It feels really good not to have my shoes on right now, and I'm letting my fleece dry out because it's a bit wet from sweating in it earlier. I'm next to the stream that is going to be, well, you can kind of hear it, it's that way. That's going to be my water point for the next 7 miles, so I have to carry a lot extra, which it's gonna be heavy, but I'm just gonna hang out here for the next while and just take my time to rest, because I hiked 8 miles in 4 hours, and I'm about to do the same. It's gonna be really hard doing it one-handed, but this is what I've been doing. It looks so terrible, but it tastes really good. Okay, I am very tired, and I really want to get to camp, and I'm kind of walking fast at this point, but I just wanted to share how beautiful these wispy trees are, and the birds. And it's starting to rain, and all of the great smells are starting to come out, and it's really nice. But it's also a reminder that I need to get to camp, and it's been a long day. My feet are very sore. My knees are kind of sore too. Here is that creek Looks like up there is where camping is, and if it's full, I might just settle down closer to the flat ground that I saw is just like right there, but that's a little close to the creek. Good morning, I just woke up. This is day 3, and I slept really close to down that way a creek, and it was pretty loud, so it was like white noise. Good news, my first ever bear bag that I've hung, it survived. So up there I'm going. I put it up using the PCT method, which is you hang a line, you loop it through the bag, and then you use a clove hitch to put a stick in there so that it blocks the bag from dropping down. So I'm gonna get that off the tree, have some breakfast, and be on my way. Here is my breakfast for the road. Just a bunch of almond butter and dried mango in a wrap, and then later all of these snacks. There is a white blaze behind me, and a creek that's flowing just down below, and some very beautiful birds. And so far, I think it's only like 8 o'clock. I got up a little bit later. It's really humid out, and last I checked with the forecast on Monday, it's supposed to thunderstorm today. So that's exciting. I like thunderstorms, but it'll be my first time hiking through it with a tent. And I never talked about this last night. I didn't film because I was just exhausted. I did some journaling the night before, and I wrote a lot because yesterday was my first official day on the AT. Like, I started at .01 mile. I was at the Springer Mountain Shelter, and so I had a lot of thoughts, like I'm finally here, that's exciting, but it was a really long day and tough, so it started to become a body challenge as well as an emotional challenge, because I'm starting to realize, like, this is a very long path that I'm following, and I knew it's long. I mean, it's over 2,000 miles long. I knew what I was getting into, but once you're actually here, the mental game of it shifts. It's something that you wanted it to do, but now you're actually doing. And that's a really interesting feeling, especially something so grand like the Appalachian Trail. Like, for me it's grand. I know some people, they do this all the time. And I really miss my family. I love my people, my family, my friends, my pets, my community, my home, and I've never really been separated from that before. And yesterday marked 24 hours of waking up in the morning and going to bed completely me. I'm the one that's driving myself forward, and I don't have contact with my family other than my satellite phone, which I'm just sending out preset messages just to say, like, hey, I'm starting a hike, or I'm done camping. And so I'm just cut off from data, service, the internet, communication, and it's just me. And that's both thrilling and very daunting at the same time. Yesterday I was feeling the lows of the emotions, but after journaling I came to the realization that this is exactly what I need to be doing. It's going to be hard. I knew it was going to be hard, and I'm excited to go forward because I have the vision of how happy I'll be when I finish. Whenever I finish, I'm not going to hold myself to getting to Maine. Of course I want to get there, but I think of my ideal vision of what I want from the Appalachian Trail. I see myself going through different victories, having fun, connecting with people, connecting with myself, connecting with nature, and I think of how I'll be tan and full of dust, and I'll be smiling so big when I get to the top Mount Katahdin. My family will be there to meet me, and I think of how I'm gonna greet them. I know this is only day 3, but just thinking of how happy I'm going to be at that moment is really pushing me forward. And as some people have said already to me, don't quit on a bad day. Yesterday wasn't bad. It was just a day of thoughtfulness and a hard one. And it'll get easier as I hike on. I know that. Yeah, I'm really excited I'm out here. And I will probably talk with you soon. So, peace! I think I might just be walking into some clouds up ahead, which I'm so excited for. "21 miles on the AT. I'm quite surprised. I haven't seen anybody here. This is where my camp's gonna be for tonight. I'm just going to bring my water back to my camp. This is a nice stream. Hi, hello from my tent. I just wanted to say I am sore, I am exhausted, and I'm going to sleep nicely tonight. My knees hurt a lot more than they should. That's not good, but I'll be hopefully having just 5 miles tomorrow and staying at a hostel, and I'm going to sleep there and rest up as much as I can. 6 o'clock right now. It's raining. As you can see from the glare from the light and the screen not being in focus, it's very humid and things are getting wet on the inside too, even though it's not like raindrop wet, it's just humidity wet. I need to hike 5 miles and I need to get to Neal's Gap, which I found out, I don't think their hostels are open, but down the road just a little bit is another hostel that I'm gonna go for. It's a cabin, and my knee hurts still when I step on it with weight, only with weight. Like when I lay down, when I bend it, it's all good, but when I walk, it's a bit hurting. So I put some KT tape on it to see if that will help it. But for the most part, I just really don't want to walk much today, and I just want to take a 0, but today I'll have to hike still. I'm gonna eat my breakfast. Sounds like the rain's dying down, so this is my chance to get my bear bag and come back in and pack up. Alright, day 4. Okay, it's blustery and raining and 9 o'clock. Might as well get up, start my day. I mean, I've been up since 6 and ate breakfast inside and waited till it got light out. It is still very foggy, but I think I can at least follow the trail easily now. I'm going up Blood Mountain right now, and I'm like halfway to Neal's Gap. I can't have my camera out for too long because it's wet and raining, but even though it might be raining, I'm having a really great time and my feet feel good, but my knees are still experiencing some pain, and I think it's because of all the downhill sections I've been doing, and I think I just am not used to this pack weight. So for now, I have my bandana on my knee. I'm in the clouds again. There's a privy down there. crossword puzzles. Oh, I'm on the top of a mountain and it just started pouring rain. Oh my gosh. Goodbye, Blood Mountain. There's Neil's Gap. Oh my gosh. I was walking through so much rain and so many puddles that there was no use avoiding the puddles. I was that wet, and I am so excited to get dry and find out where I'm going to stay. It is very wet outside, and it's thundering, and there's lightning, and I am now inside. I am so happy that I took a shower. So yesterday I got into a hotel and my camera died, so this is another update about that. I was very excited when I was making that video, and rightfully so. It was hard. So in between Blood Mountain, this is what went down. So I'm going up the stairs and it's mostly dirt. It's great. I'm doing fine. I reach Blood Mountain. Fog is everywhere. The trees are blowing and it's only a little bit misty. Like some droplets are forming. I check out the shelter. It's cool. And as I get out of the shelter, rain comes out of nowhere. Just so much rain and so much wind. I'm just being hit with it. And I took off my rain pants earlier because I was like, this rain isn't too bad. So I get drenched and there's no point putting my rain pants on after that point. So I'm looking for a way to get off of Blood Mountain as soon as possible because it's raining hard, it's blowing wind hard, and a thunderstorm is rolling, coming my way just within like an hour and a half to 2. So I'm getting off Blood Mountain and it's all rocks on the way down, and like not flat, not even just like steps going down. It's just like weird abnormal rocks, and I'm limping with my knee. My knee is hurting, and in the morning I was like, I only have 5 miles. That's nothing. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna just have an easy 5 miles. Well, ignorance is bliss. I didn't know I was going up a mountain that day. I didn't know I'd be going down a mountain that day. So I get up to Blood Mountain, I'm looking for the way down, and I lose the path. And I'm like, where is it? Because the white marks, the white blazes, are fading off of the rock, and it's not clear where the path goes. But I find my way, I get down Blood Mountain, I'm drenched through and through, my shoes soggy, might as well step through all the puddles. Feels no different to me, and I'm hobbling. I'm using my trekking poles as like crutches at this point, and I'm throughout all of the suck, I was laughing. I was having a great time. I was like, this is so cool. I'm out here feeling like a kid playing in the rain. I feel great, and I recognized that this could get very dangerous, but I was, for now, happy. So happy. So then I get off Blood Mountain, I see Neil's Gap in the distance. It's just raining hard at this point. The rain's not going anywhere. It's raining hard. And I'm like, alright, I made it to Neil's Gap. And in my head, if I made it to Neil's Gap, I'd be okay. But really, that's where everything went downhill. Like, everything went downhill at that point. I get to Neil's Gap, and I'm like, alright, get off my pack. I'm soaked through. I'm starting to get cold because I'm not moving anymore. And so I'm getting chilled and I'm dripping, and I put my sandals on because I don't want to track water into the store. And I'm in the store and it's pretty packed. A lot of people are there. It's cool, but I'm not focusing on that. In my head I'm like, where am I going to stay tonight? I can't do this. I have to get dry. And there's no place for me to change my clothes there either. It's just like in store or you're outside with people. So I'm just like grabbing random foods. I'm not even thinking about where I'm resupplying the next few days. I'm just like, I don't care, just grab food. I'll figure this out later. Right now, I need to get dry. And I was getting very desperate too. And the other thing is, I have no service throughout all this. I have T-Mobile on my phone, which is not carried down here. So I have to rely on the Wi-Fi, which is not the best right there. And I'm like trying to find a place to stay. And finally I'm like, okay, there's cabins like right around the corner. I'll just check that out. I hobble to the cabins, cold, desperate, my knees hurting. And I get told, oh, the cabins are full. I'm like, crap. And everyone like is at capacity in the cabin too. I'm like, all right, well, I'll at least stay inside this like building and use their Wi-Fi, because it's at least inside versus outside Wi-Fi like Neil's Gap. So I'm calling and I get 2 responses. The first response is it rings and they never pick up and they don't call back. The second response is we're full, which makes sense. It's like 11 o'clock at this point. Everybody who's coming in wants to stay somewhere. It's raining, there's a thunderstorm. Yeah, people want some place to stay. I'm like, crap, like what do I do? And I'm like calling around and everything's full. There's one that got back to me and they're like, it's an inn in Blairsville. And I was like, okay, do I need to go to Blairsville? I'll go to town if I need to. And the inn was like, oh, we only have 1 room available and it's a smoker's room. And I was like, I don't want that, but I was like, I'll call you back if need be. I'm that desperate. So I call one number that's for a hostel, and he picks up and it sounds like he's in a car and he's like, I couldn't hear him. I'll be at Neil's Gap in like 10:15 and I'm picking up hikers there. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll be there. Like, I'll be there. And in my head I'm like, okay, maybe he has room for his hostel. That's cool. I'll just go to Neil's Gap. So I hobble up this little pathway with my trekking poles, my bad knee. I'm like, this sucks. And like a little bit of panic is starting to set in because it's like I'm getting very uncomfortable very fast and I'm in pain and I need a place to stay. I couldn't get a hold of anyone. So I go back to Neil's Gap where there's hikers waiting, and I talked with them, and this guy's like, oh, I've been waiting like 45 minutes for this shuttle. I'm going to the Misty Mountain hostel. And I called them. And I was like, okay, that's the guy I called. Like, then I'm on your shuttle. And the shuttle arrives. It's a truck. I'm like, oh, I thought shuttles were vans. But I go to him. He's like, oh yeah, I was talking to you. I get in this truck. And it's like 3 people in the back, 1 person in the front, then like in passenger. And I'm like, all right, like, I'm just going with you guys. At this point, I don't know. Like, I think I'm going to the hostel. And I ask him, and I'm like, hey, like, is there availability in the hostel? And he's like, no. Like, crap. But other people in the shuttle are getting dropped to town. I was like, I guess I'm going to town. I think everything's full in town, but I'm going to town no matter what. It's like, take me with you. I basically went in the car and I was like, I don't care, take me with you. I am not staying at Neil's Gap anymore. But then 2 other hikers walk in. I'm like, there's no room in this car. But we make room. It comes like a clown car at this point. Squeezing 4 people in the back and 2 in the front and plus driver. Oh my gosh. So I'm thinking like, I'm just gonna get dropped off in town and they're gonna be like, see you later, good luck. Driver and I, really awesome that he did this. We made a plan. He was like, okay, like with you, we're gonna drive by the Best Western. We're gonna ask them if they're available. I'll wait out here. And if they aren't, then we'll swing here. And if they're not available, then you know what? I technically have a room available at my hostel. It's just not marked available because of plumbing issues. And I was like, I will take it, please. Like, this is great. This is the best thing ever. No matter what, I was like, yes. But Best Western was open, so I'm here, and I was very excited to get in. I got here. My stuff just exploded everywhere. I was just like, I don't care. I'm setting it everywhere. And I took the longest, hottest shower I could bear. And I was just red all over afterwards. My skin looked squeaky clean. It was nice. And And so this is now at the hotel where I'm resting, and I'm gonna be here for a little bit, probably another night, maybe 2, and that's just to heal my knee, because yesterday was really hard with Blood Mountain. I was not expecting to go up a mountain and down. I didn't look at the maps very well. But yesterday was the hardest day of the AT, and I got through it. So I'm pretty stoked about that. And this is probably where I'm gonna end this video. This is day 5. I'm still in Georgia. I've made it officially 30 miles on trail. That's awesome. So I will update you later, and next time you see me, I'll be having a better knee and back on trail. So see you later. Thank you for joining me.